Welcome to the Modern Savage Podcast, episode 18. Guess who's back? LeRoii's back. Tell a friend.
Would let me use their keys for it, like I know how to fuck it up and not fuck it up. So.
See, I'm not using keys to open a beer because I don't carry extra keys.
Yeah, well, I don't have keys on me right now. I probably locked myself out of home.
Where are your keys?
I don't know. Probably on my stove.
What about, like, Blake's car keys? Yeah, you have Blake's car keys.
Yeah. No, I got Blake's car. Yeah. Because I don't have a car anymore.
The Psycho Bus took a shit.
Psycho Bus took a shit. It's done for.
What's the plan?
Getting a new car. You know, I got people looking for me for new vans and stuff. I got a couple that are interesting, but I don't know enough about cars to like go see one and know that it's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I got to get someone with me who knows their shit, really knows their shit, that can tell me whether it's worth it or not.
Oh.
I saw this big like carts bus thing. You know what I mean? For like $2,000.
A what bus?
You know a carts bus?
What's a carts bus? Is that thing that takes poor people to the mall?
Yes.
Yeah, get that.
Yeah, it's one of those, and it's for like $2,000. It's got like 40,000 miles. Only problem is, where am I going to park it?
Park it
And
the street.
maintenance has to be insane on it. Maintenance has to be insane on it.
You wouldn't use it as your everyday driver?
I mean, I would. You know?
You could park it on the street.
Yeah, I probably could. It's East End. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who gives a shit?
Who cares?
like, don't change any of the decals on it, though.
I
So,
probably wouldn't. But it's not officially a carts bus. It's not officially a car. I don't even know what company used it, but yeah, I'm looking at like a full size van. Really, is what I'm wanting.
Like a rape van?
Yeah, exactly that. You know, something in my price range. You know, it doesn't need too much work is a big thing, and has decent mileage is another big thing. Because like, you know, normally people could buy a car and it's like, oh, 115,000 miles, that ain't bad. And it's like, dude, it'll be done in a year if I fucking do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Drive the balls off of things.
Yeah. So.
I mean, you're fucking.
But if I can get something for like $1,500 or $2,000 or something that has that much, I'd probably go for it and have it for a year. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't know if you're gonna find anything good with that price range.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, then it's gonna even last a year.
Yeah. Well, my dad found something. Actually, a Suburban. It was a 2009 Suburban, 6 years newer than the one I had. All black, fucking looked so beautiful. Had everything mine did for $6,000, but it's got like 150K on it.
No.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I'd have it for 3 months. You know, for real.
You might have to bury yourself, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm it's coming down to that, you know what I mean? And I have savings accounts and everything like that. I have money put back. I have you know, I have some hustler gene in me. You know, I can make some money, but you know, I don't want to commit to something that's I either want to get something for super cheap and it breaks down in a year or two and I'll be fine. Or something that's like really expensive that is going to last me for like 5-10 years.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I don't know, man. You can go to places and they will sell you a car with even like subpar credit.
Yeah.
Like my credit.
I don't know if I have credit.
My credit's bullshit.
Yeah.
And they sold me a fucking car.
My credit's probably bullshit because of Synchrony Bank, which is Guitar Center. I fucking bought a $180 mic on credit and ended up paying like fucking $300.
Why?
Well, one time I was late and I called and I said, I totally forgot. Like, I'm not even going to make up an excuse because I did. I just fucking forgot. But they waived that fee and everything. But then I called in. It was right after my paycheck. I had the money to pay off the rest. The rest was like fucking like $40-$50 I had left to pay it off. And I called in and I said, pay it off. What it did was pay the minimum fee, and they didn't send me anything in the mail until 4 months later when I owed $300. So I had a rage fit, you know, but I got that taken care of. You know, they reduced the cost by a lot, but still, I ended up buying 3 mics for the price of one, and it's a really good mic. I'm glad I got it, but never again am I going to get something like that without having the money to get it right there. You know, never again.
Yeah, I did that with Lowe's and everything, and I never remember to pay the fucking bill.
Yeah. Well, there was one time I was
Yeah.
pretty good because they'd like leave voicemails and stuff, and like they'd text me or whatever, and like I was good about remembering it in that sense. But like it was so fucked up how I said I'm gonna pay the rest off, and then it said, oh, you paid minimum, which is like $20-something, and but I remember like them saying, okay, do you want to close your account? And I said, yeah, and I closed my account and everything, and then now they're saying, oh no, you never paid that off, and I'm like, fuck you, yes I did. I had like $800 in the bank account owing like a $50-$60 fucking thing. Yes, I paid that off. That's on you if you didn't get the money.
So, all right. Now tell us tales of the most recent tour.
Okay. Okay, so
Assuming Katie wasn't there.
she wasn't, thank God. I guess the day we left Atlanta, she flew down to come see me. But I was already in North Carolina by the time she got to the Dragon's Den. Sorry, Jake. But yeah, it was a good time overall. Yeah, this is fucking awesome. So we had a show in Akron. We fucking tore the place apart. This is the craziest thing too. There's a guy that I look up a lot to. His name's John. He's in Race Riot, Crowd Deterrent, Rabid Reason, all these bands and everything. And he said exactly what I wanted to hear. Which was, because everybody always says, oh yeah, you guys are great and you've always been great. Which we weren't. We were fucking terrible at first. Like, we were literally fucking laughable at first. And, John, who's a guy I super respect and super look up to, is an Ohio musician and a musician in general. All his projects are just amazing. He's got a new one called Dissenter. I don't know if I think it had an official release finally. But anyway, you know, we were selling merch. Everybody was going nuts. I traded a shirt for a 6-pack of PBR, which in my book is totally worth it. And he's like, he was telling me, he's like, man, I remember first time I saw you guys at da-da-da, like, you guys were fucking horrible and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, but now, just seeing you guys now, you guys are the best band in Ohio. And I was like, no, we're not. Because you're in like 5 of the best bands in Ohio.
You're in, dude, I don't know. It's like,
That was really awesome to hear. But we killed it. We, you know, reconnected with this dude, Daryl. He's in a band called Slut Bomb now. He was in like, oh, dude, they're awesome too. But they're fucking awesome, dude. They're awesome. His girlfriend's a singer. And
sounds like a sex move.
Is she the slut bomb?
I don't think so. She doesn't, I don't know her. I've had like a 5-second conversation with her tops, so I don't really know how she is, but they were amazing. And Daryl, I remember when Daryl started out, he was good, but it was like made mistakes on guitar, like I fucking did a lot, like I still do. But like, dude, I saw them and they were so tight. Like, he got so good at guitar. He's one of the most experimental, like out of left field guitarists I've seen in a long time. So glad to see him doing so well, because he deserves it. He's a good dude. Anyway, Akron was murder. It was a good show all around. Then we went up to Philly, or tried to at least. And then we broke down. We were about an hour and a half outside of Philly, and me, Alex, and Kyle were like, let's just get that toe closer to Philly and then do the show. And Blake was flipping out, then we'll be stuck and da-da-da, and like throwing a fit and wanted to go home. So we got towed like over 150 miles. I don't even remember. The first guy only towed us like 20 miles and said, oh, it's out of his jurisdiction. But he was an interstate guy who has no jurisdiction. And since they were employed through AAA, he owed us a 100-mile tow. He just didn't want to fucking do it. Only towed us like probably even 10 miles, really. It was probably more like 10 miles away. And got dropped off at a pizza shop. Met Andy Dick in a wig. Like, because we walked in, and it's like, we're in, like, butt-fuck damn near Amish country, PA, and there's, like, you know, younger kids, and then there's, like, this dude who probably, I don't know what his role was, but, like, they were like, are you guys in a band? And we're like, yeah, and they thought we were, like, Led Zeppelin. Like, they thought we were, like, the shit. And I'm like, you know, and I'm like...
You get out of the car, baby.
Yeah. Well, I gave him an EP, and they're like, "Oh, throw it on the speakers," and I was like, "No, don't do that."
You wait till I'm gone.
Yeah. You wait till we're gone. But they were really cool. Excellent pizza. I don't remember what the place was called. But the one dude acted like Andy Dick. Imagine Andy Dick in a wig. That was this dude. He was fucking awesome.
I'd have put him in the oven.
Yeah, he was fucking awesome. That's all I know. But anyway, got towed another 100 miles. That was cool, you know, whatever. And then Bob, my stepdad, in his West Virginia ass truck, met us. And I thought it was going to be like 3-4 hours away still. We were only like 2 hours from home. He got us in our gear and we went back. For 2 days, it was just like selling merch out of the back of Alex's trunk. Like, that's all I was doing. Finally got up enough to get a rental car, rented a car, had a show in Virginia Beach. It was really good. And it was funny because it was like just like hardcore show. Like just hardcore bands. And we were the only like, we're too hardcore for punk shows and we're too punk for hardcore shows. That's what I learned from that. And, you know, everybody liked us and everything, but the thing is, like, I had M80s I was throwing at the crowd while we were playing. And people were like, whoa, it's not my foot! Like, freaking out. I'm just like...
throwing M80s at people, you psycho!
Dude!
Jesus!
Okay, they wouldn't last a day in Ohio. That's all I'm gonna say. The Ohio hardcore scene, they wouldn't last a fucking day. They wouldn't last a set. You know? So, but we met some really cool bands. Turncoat is actually on the up and up, and then Soul Sucker from Canada, they were fucking awesome, and this band Born Sick down there. I'm going to be helping them book some shows through Ohio, I think. I need to talk to them directly. But it was a good show, and then there was this really cool female gay couple there. And they were really cool and everything, but the one chick was, like, wanting my dick. Like, undeniably. Like, everybody around me was like, yo, you could have fucked a lesbian. Like, which would have been sweet.
You should have.
But her girlfriend probably could have kicked my ass. So
You should have fucked her, too.
Yeah, I probably should have. I mean, they were both attractive. You know,
really?
They were both attractive.
So there was no butch?
I mean, there was the butch-er one, but, like, you know, she had shorter hair and stuff, but, like, she was really pretty in the face. Like, she was, you know, in good shape. She wasn't, like, huge.
Man, if
Listen,
butch is still
you know.
fucking hot.
Yeah.
You spin her
I know.
around and it's just like prison, buddy.
Yeah, I shit. Go for it. They were both
That's like
really
when you
cool.
get out of the Ohio Valley. The butches are actually pretty.
Yeah, holy shit. Virginia
Wow.
Beach, the butch is pretty. But that was a really good show. Then we drove to Dragon's Den. Overnight, we drove a little ways, got a place to sleep, drove the rest of the way. We had a show at this place called The Masquerade in Atlanta, and we bought beers from the Kroger around the store, which everybody called, Murder Kroger is right over there. It's the Murder Kroger, because everybody gets murdered there. Apparently, there's like a murder a month there at least. And I was like, okay, so we bought beer there, and we played our set. It wasn't good. That's something I learned from this tour. Like,
Does that Kroger have a fucking, like, count of, like, days since last
no, but it should.
Someone
They had
keep track.
police in there. They had like full on. They had like
Holy
a bunch
shit.
of security guards, and then they had like a cop in there too, waiting there.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
yeah, dude, Atlanta's rough.
Hotlanta, I don't know.
It's pretty rough, you know.
No.
But it was alright. Like, we went in, there was a homeless dude out front trying to get fucking cigarette butts or something from people. I didn't pay attention. I can't make eye contact just because I feel so bad, and I'll give them everything in my wallet if I make eye contact.
I don't.
Like, I have to be fucking cold. Well, that's why homeless people go crazy. Is because people don't look at them. People don't treat them. They're dehumanized. They're not treated like regular people, and that's why they go fucking crazy.
They don't
That's
act
why you
like
see-
regular people.
Well,
some
'cause
of them
they're
do.
fucking- yeah.
You know, some of them do to a point, and then now they do act crazy
I was
because.
just being mean.
Yeah, I know, but
Dude, I'm with you. I'm like the same way. I'm like, fuck.
like I'm
wanna,
so
like-
poor. I'm so fucking poor, and
Yeah,
I'm
like-
so far from home. Like, I want to help you, but I can't.
Right. Well,
I
like,
literally
I'm up,
can't.
like, and I'm up in Pittsburgh or some shit, and I'm like, I'm walking by them. I try to just, like, I don't want to be a dick, like you said.
Yeah.
But, like, I want to be like, dude, I'm, like, this far above you right now.
Yeah. I know I'm recently showered and I have clothes on, but like, dude, I haven't eaten in 6 days.
Bro, I coin starred to be here.
Yeah. So it's
I
like,
walked in there with my little Tupperware thing full of change and like my failure tambourine.
yeah.
yeah. It sucks, man, because like, dude, if I was rich, I would fucking give every homeless person I saw money. You know what I mean? Depending, probably. I mean, there are some homeless people that are just like, dude, you belong in an institution. Which is a whole nother thing.
Institution, and then there's a whole big thing where some of them are just fucking beggars.
Well, there are some... Oh, yeah. So, I mean, there's people with homes that are where I'm at financially that go pretend to be homeless and get money.
You remember that one time we were in Pittsburgh and that dude asked us where we do our grocery shopping?
I don't.
You don't remember that? We were in
No,
Pittsburgh.
we were fucked... I was fucked up.
Thumb under it.
Thumb under it?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. That'll take some tries. Keep going, though.
Ah, you're getting it. Hang on.
Here, give me a Bic. I feel like this is gonna break. But homeless guy asked where we do our grocery shopping.
Yeah, it's like, where you guys buy groceries?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
I remember
Is
the
that time
homeless
we were-
dude flipping out over a cigarette.
Homeless
And I
are us.
remember... I also remember the...
Get your thumb up higher.
Okay. I also remember the dude clearly tripping on acid.
I don't remember that.
Then, won't you give me $100 million?
Yes!
That
I
guy. Yeah,
remember
that guy
that guy.
was nuts. He was wanting to... Oh, shit. Ah!
Ah! I did that last time, too.
Yeah.
But,
I think I have given one homeless guy money before. I think it was in Pittsburgh. I can't remember who I was with, but the dude had a sign that said, "Not gonna lie, want money for beer." And I
Yeah,
said,
I've seen that.
I was like,
sign
"There
a
you
lot.
go. Hey, you're not lying to me." So
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I've seen
All
a
right.
homeless guy with something about why I need weed. You know, and I'm like, fuck it. You know, but,
You remember that
I mean,
dude?
I've given many homeless dudes money. Like, I remember one time my parents gave me, like, we were at a Pirates game and they had me hold on to money for some reason. They're being parents and I'm like 3. And there was a homeless dude and I fucking straight handed him at 20. And like we just kept going and they're like, what the fuck? Why did you do that? And I'm like, he doesn't have a place to stay. You know what I mean? As a child. But I never really let go of that of like, he doesn't have a fucking home. Like,
He might
he's
have a home.
probably going to spend it on heroin. But I
well,
mean,
that was my point of it. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like they're just like, "Help me, I need clothes." And odds are,
I remember my
They're gonna
dad.
go,
My
you know?
dad told me one time there was a homeless. Not to cut you off, but there was a homeless dude talking about how like, and he wasn't wearing shoes and he was barefoot. And he's like, "Hey man, like I really need money for shoes." Blah blah blah. And my dad was like, "All right, how about this? We'll go to the nearest shoe store. You pick out any pair of shoes you want, any size you want, and I'll pay for them." And the guy was like, "Oh no, that's okay," and he left.
yeah, because
So-
see, and that's where it's fucked up, and that's where I'm kind of like, should I give them money because you know what they're gonna do?
Yeah,
But you can't even say all of them are gonna do it. It's just
you
a fucked
can't.
up
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
The homeless situation in this
Yeah.
country, it's fucked.
It really is. The people who need welfare don't have it, and the people who don't need welfare have it.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
I think I said that wrong, but people know what I mean.
I know. You.
I got you.
Yeah.
So tell me about the strip club.
Oh, Claremont Lounge. Okay,
We've been clamoring about this one for weeks.
oh shit. Okay, so there's the Claremont Lounge, and anybody in Atlanta knows exactly what I'm talking about. And there's actually a mini Vice documentary about Ponce de Leon Avenue in Atlanta, which way back when. Here's a small history lesson. Way back when was the divider between the whites and the blacks. It was Ponce de Leon Avenue, and Ponce was kind of where it all met. And Ponce is really big for like culture and stuff like that. Ponce has remained really true to Atlanta and like the whole culture and the history of Atlanta. But there on Ponce de Leon exists, I know for a fact it's at least the oldest strip club in Atlanta. It's probably one of the oldest strip clubs in the country, if not the oldest strip club in the country. Now, most of the strippers at Claremont Lounge are between the ages of like 40 and 60 and like
Wow.
over 200 pounds. And like, yeah. And like, I seriously, there was a 60-something-year-old lady in a fucking tutu running around with a blinky light showing her muff to everybody.
Oh.
And there was this one stripper there. She was probably in her 40s. She was hot, except for her tits were way too big. They were seriously coming out to here. Like, it was like down here and then way out here. Like, no fucking exaggeration. They were like this big.
And since this is
There's
an audio
eventually-
show, I'm going to say that he was holding his arms
Holding
up.
my
He's
arms
holding
out.
his
I'm
arms
fucking 6'3" at least.
Yeah, he's very big.
Yeah.
He's holding his arms out a ridiculous length.
Yeah. They were huge. They were nasty huge.
I
like big
There
breasts.
comes a point where it's just fucking
There's a
ridiculous,
line.
where it's not.
I'm a big fetishist, and I could probably figure out
You
a
like to be
use.
smothered?
Those titties will do it.
So
Those titties would do it. I guess you'll crush a beer can on your head for tips. I didn't have that try. But since it was...
You know what? Like, me and Ruby are insanely jealous. Like, we don't worry about each other cheating on each other at all. But, like, we're extremely just down for each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's our fucking tight relationship. But I feel like she would probably be okay for her to smash a fucking beer can on my head.
I mean, the thing is,
for the
too,
story.
with fucking Claremont,
yeah.
that's what it was. There was
Yeah.
a lot of couples were there, and it's like, we're at the fucking Claremont. It's the Claremont. And I heard I won't out them on this, but fuck it, why not? I heard a rumor from someone, from a little bird, that if you go up with a $20 bill and you ask for a book of matches, they'll give you a book of matches, but behind those matches is a little bag of cocaine. Cocaine. So, I heard that from a little birdie. I don't know if it's true or not, or if they still do that. I know I was offered Mad Coke when I was down there, but I felt like I had to pay and I didn't have any money.
What, in that strip club?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably.
Oh, there's Mad Coke in there. I mean, it's a strip club in Atlanta. You know.
It's probably true.
Cocaine everywhere. But, there was,
You've never really been a strip club patron, though, have you?
No, that was my first time ever at a strip club.
Really?
And I'm proud to say it was the Claremont Lounge in Atlanta. That is pretty cool. You know, that's
way
the king of strip
That's
clubs.
way cooler than going to somewhere local.
Like just normal strip club.
Yeah, well,
So if you go down
But I
the
will
one
say
by the
this,
track,
we were
clubs
there.
are overrated.
oh
anyways.
yeah, they're stupid.
Yeah. We were there on it was like a Friday. I think it was a Friday.
Oh,
And
so that was their A team?
yeah. Well, no, there was the 18th, but
figured
then
that
there
was
was
like a
also like
Tuesday
hot
night,
chicks.
Right?
Yeah, the Tuesday night is apparently when you want to go. Tuesday
fuck.
afternoon is when you want to go because that's where the raunchiest chicks are. But there was also some hot chicks there too,
Those are the
which
ones that
are
need
not as fun
formula.
to talk about. Like there's this one white chick with like tattoos everywhere, super flexible, skinny, perfect breastises. There was a couple fine black chicks. There was this one black chick there. She was so beautiful. And
Was she big boned too?
no, she wasn't. She had a nice ass and some titties on her, but
Nice.
she
Her name's
wasn't.
Dynasty?
Yeah, it was Dynasty. Yeah, it was Dynasty.
Wait, I already asked him this.
Yeah,
When we called
well,
him.
it went over my head the first time, and then when I listened back, I was like, oh yeah, I get
He
it.
started watching Sunny finally.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You're like,
So-
he's still in season 1.
I was like,
Yeah.
wait, deja vu. I was like, oh, because I've already asked him.
So, Dynasty, though, she gave me a wonderful first ever lap dance. Well, I've had lap dances from girls, but it's different when you pay for it at a club.
Yeah, it's more pathetic.
Yeah, and she let me slap
Yeah.
her ass and everything. And
Nice.
You know, and and then she talked to me for a little while after the dance, but I'm like, she's a stripper. That's her job to
Yeah,
pretend to
it's-
like me. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But I was
They're
leaving.
just hustling, man.
Yeah, and that's what I still believe is like she's just trying to get more money. But I didn't even pay for the lap dance. My fucking dudes that I was there with, like she just walked up and she was like, because like she walked up, asked for a dance, and I was like, oh my god, if I had money, I really would. Like you're so beautiful, blah blah blah. And then like she walked away, kind of seemed disappointed that she wasn't making money. And then my dudes kind of looked at each other that I was there with. Shout out to Johnny and Gandhi, dude. You guys are fucking amazing. So, like, probably 15, 20 minutes later, I'm just sitting there, and she just walks up, and she's like, hey, and starts taking her shit off. And then the waitress walks up and opens a can of beer and sits it next to me. I gotta dance. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. These are my best friends now. So I gotta dance. It was nice. And then she stood around. She talked to me for a little while after. And then, like, when we were leaving, though, there was this chick that went there with us. Her name was Ray. Rhey. Kyle took her home and fucked her.
Nice.
But she was talking to me, and she was like, no, and she's like, oh, she seemed to like you. And I was like, dude, no, she's a stripper. Of course she likes me. She's paid to do that. And she's like, no, seriously, at the Claremont, they're not like that. You know, they'll fucking, I was like, oh, man. So that's where the whole I fell in love. I called my mom and told her all about her, which I didn't really do, but it's hilarious to tell people because people believe me. And I'm like, yeah, I called my mom, and I was like, oh, yeah, I met a stripper, and I love
That's something
her.
you would do.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
when
And
you
my mom knows how to put up with it at this point. She's like, oh, Aaron. You know.
But when we called you and you said you were like, yeah, I told my mom, me and him were like, we believe you.
Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people do. I didn't really tell my mom about her.
Can I
my
call your mom and
every
tell her?
time? Well, my mom, she now her thing is you gotta wait 30 years Thanksgiving table. That's when you tell me these stories. Because that's like my uncles tell some wild ass stories at Thanksgiving, and my grandma's like on the verge of a stroke. Not that she's that old. She's older, but she's like really healthy. It's just like, holy shit, I didn't know.
No, yeah, it's just not what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I do that to my mom now.
I've been doing that to my mom since I was like 20. And my mom's like, I can't hear this yet. Just wait.
You've never done anything too retarded, though, have you?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. You
Like stupid shit that you're like, oh, this will be hilarious later. And then it's fucking not hilarious at all later. It's just bad.
I don't know.
I've done some shit that's just bad that I just don't talk about. You know
Yeah,
what I
like
mean?
that
It's
kind
just
of
like,
shit.
yeah. Like,
You're
I'm
pretty out in the
ashamed of
open about
myself.
everything.
And I do some stupid shit.
Not with my mom so much.
Really?
But I mean, she
assumes.
understands my lifestyle.
Yeah.
She knows what I do.
Yeah.
She knows who I am.
That's actually
She's very open about smoking weed. She doesn't smoke anymore, but she's very open about like, hey, this one time and your dad went to this concert. Well, we got high. Like she's just like very open about that shit now.
Same
so
with my
like,
mom.
because she knows that that's all I fucking do
Yeah.
anyway. So it's just
Well, that's kind of a cool thing too, because like my mom knows every drug I've ever done and the timeline and how much, and she knows everything. She does, and it's because I've never felt judgment from my mom. Like she's always been very, oh, that's cool. Oh, well, yeah. You know, and I told her about Molly once, and she's like, I'd like to try that one day.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, Mom, I'm not, and she's like, but I'd only want to try it with you. And I'm like, Molly's not the thing you want to do with a mother and son.
No, but I've always.
You wake
just-
up and you have cornrows and shit.
Yeah, that's just uncomfortable, you know. But, you know, I would give my mom and Bob Molly on, like, probably their next honeymoon if I can find it. I'd seriously be like, you guys go nuts.
You mean
You
like
know what I
the
mean?
next anniversary, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm... Honey, same thing.
No.
Kinda. But yeah, I'll just give it to Bob and be like, you guys split this, just eat it, don't even snort it, just eat it and go nuts.
Just give him acid. It'd be hilarious.
Oh, my mom
Give him
said...
acid and tell him it's ecstasy.
My mom said she's done acid before, but it was just super uncomfortable for her because she was with like some serious druggies that like took a lot of acid and then shot up heroin and then put in The Wall by Pink Floyd on DVD and just like nodded off. Or,
What
like,
the fuck was that?
that was my mom's like only fucking
What, The Wall
acid
and acid?
experience.
No,
Acid and heroin.
didn't shoot up.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Why
like
would he-
straight shot up too, not snorted it, but shot up.
Ooh.
I feel like it's a waste.
No,
That's a
thank
waste
you.
of a
Yeah,
trip.
yeah, it sounds like it too.
See, I don't like going down anyway.
No.
That's boring. I
the
don't like being
worst.
in my head. That's the worst place.
That's yeah. I can't even.
That totally fucking would ruin it. Why would you fucking drop
Well, my
Sid?
mom was like in like the
And then-
70s. You know what I mean? People
I mean,
were
I-
crazy back then.
Oh, I'm sure, but like,
That's when the good acid happened.
oh yeah, but to fucking bang some dope?
See, I never did that. It's just
Yeah.
Well, I mean, me either, but like, it just seems like that's just like the only downer I'm gonna do if I'm fucking tripping is drink.
Yeah.
And that doesn't fucking matter. All that does is make you fucking drink 1,000 fucking
Yeah.
beers. And then when you're coming down... from
because
the-
it doesn't matter.
Then you're drunk when you're coming
when
down.
you're coming down, you're just fucking wasted, and then
Yeah.
you go to bed.
Yeah.
That's
It helps you sleep. Really.
mercifully.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dude, I probably haven't said it on the podcast, but I tell you about the first time I ever done shrooms. I'm sure you haven't heard it too. First time I ever did shrooms. I ate more than an eighth of ounce of shrooms, and they were strong shrooms.
Oh, you're tripping balls.
You're adorable. I gotta,
Dude.
you tell your story, then I got one for you.
All right. Dude, I'll just say this, I tripped really hard. It's not about the amount, it's about the trip, and I fucking tripped harder than I ever did in my life. It fucked me up for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it a bad? It wasn't.
Well, it was amazing for the first fucking, I don't know how long. It felt like 12 hours, but it was probably like 3. But,
Shrooms last kind of long. It's not as long as acid.
No,
Yeah.
Shrooms done lasted for me for like 2.5 hours.
yeah, I don't know how long it was, but it felt like fucking 12 hours. Dude, I really think to this day, I think I saw God that night.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like such a Cheech and Chong quote, but I really think I saw God.
Was it really?
That was the Shadow Lady. I ever tell you about the Shadow Lady? Oh, I saw the Shadow Lady. Okay, so, this is years ago. I'm living at Dom's.
Okay.
And I got a hold of, I had money and I bought a half of shrooms. And I split up, here's like the half and I split it up and here's my half. So it was really more towards a Q. And there was an eighth towards Alex and an eighth towards someone else. I'm just not going to I'm trying not to name names. I already outed Alex, but he won't give a fuck. And I took one from each of them too. So it was really more like a Q now that I think about it. Holy shit. And it was like 12 or 13 shrooms that I ate total. And there were fucking big ones. They called them boomers. They were fucking big. They were thick. And I had the bag and I ate the first half and I sat there and I was watching Bronson. I don't know if you guys ever seen Bronson. Yeah, I was watching Bronson. And I felt like just coming on. Like, I've done acid several times.
Yeah.
I know what it is. And I'm like, and I felt like a really weak drunk. And I'm like, kind of milking it a little bit, like trying to look at the ceiling fan in the shadows, and I'm like, I'm not really seeing anything. So then I ate the other half, and I'm waiting, and I'm like, man, nothing's... Damn, shrooms is weak. Shrooms is weak, dog. And then two of the dudes that I knew really well back in those days, I still know really well, and they're like, hey, man, you want to smoke this joint? We're like, yeah. Dude, they lit the joint, and I smelled it, and I started like, whoa. I was like, okay. And then I went... Took one hit, and as soon as on the exhale, I felt like I shot back 1,000 yards. And
That's the thing with shrooms, man.
Boom.
You gotta get
right then
high.
And this is the thing, it's not common
you.
for tripping. This is the only time I've like manifested a physical being, but I call her Shadow Lady. Like, she was an upside down triangle face with slits in her eyes, had this weird child laugh, and she was like dancing like fucking crazy. And she was like peeking her head out around the corners and shit all night. She was peeking her head around the corners and laughing all night. But like she was dancing around, and then she like did the come hither with her finger towards upstairs. I went upstairs and there was dubstep blasting, and Dom was a little drunk, but then someone else was on shrooms, and there was other people on shrooms. And then I looked at my one friend at the time who was on shrooms, and I was like, and I was standing there. Well, first I was standing there and I see like the fucking moving in the floor and shit. And I'm like fucking standing by the steps, and people are like, dude, are you okay? Like, maybe move away from the steps. And I'm like, that's all I could do. And then,
That's wide-eyed, I'm gonna die.
yeah. And then like, I had people coming, like, it was weird. It was like one after another. People were like, are you okay? Do you need to talk? Are you all right? Like, I remember Andrea was there. She wasn't on anything. Like, Andrea and I are really close. And she's like, are you okay? Like, do you need to go somewhere? Do we need to talk? Are you fine? Thumbs up, breathing heavy. And then, like, I looked at my friend, and I was like, are you feeling it? And he's like, ha ha ha, yeah, man, I'm feeling it. So then, I stood next to him, sat down in a seat, stood back up, sat next, and this is like hours, well, it felt like hours, but I stood next to him, sat down, stood back up, sat down, and then sat on the floor, and then, like, I just started, like curling into a ball, and I don't remember it. I just saw, like, this, I was in this place, like, I was not in that room anymore. And then when I came back down, I was crying, and I thought I got raped. And I started
Man.
flipping out. And turns out, actually, I found out a few years later, that was actually a suppressed memory. I actually got molested when I was
Jesus.
a kid.
Holy shit.
And I didn't know it until a few years later. That was a suppressed memory, and it unlocked that.
Holy shit.
Isn't that crazy, dude?
That's pretty fucked up.
So that's my trip. That's my first mushroom experience.
Wow.
I've done mushrooms since then, and it's been much more fun. Because now I know where I'm at, and I accept myself.
See,
So...
I did not have a good time.
See, I did for like the first however long. I had a great time.
I had a
Coming
great
down-
time for about...
Coming down was when I flipped
You were
out.
a late bloomer.
Yeah.
Tripping, weren't you?
Yeah.
You didn't eat mushrooms until it was like 5 years ago your first time, right?
No, it was way sooner than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was,
Wow.
I think it was within a year and a half.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty nuts.
And what happened was, I don't know how much I got. Because I just have a friend.
It was a lot.
I got a friend, and he threw them in one of those big-ass freezer bags. And it was filled about halfway up. It's about that tall.
Yeah.
About that much.
Yeah.
And I boiled that down into 2 cups of tea.
Oh shit.
And
That tea, man,
I've never done the
serious.
tea, but I heard that
It's
can get
serious
potent as
business.
fuck. Yeah.
You because you're taking everything in those, you're boiling it all
and the
into water,
Yeah.
and then you drink everything that was
But
in
there's a lot of different theories on it. Some say just eat them right out of the dirt,
Yeah.
which I've done.
Well,
It
I've
was
eaten
very
them
mild.
wet.
It wasn't.
I've eaten them wet. Is that what you're talking? Yeah, and it was not
very
anywhere
mild.
near. And it was
Yeah.
one of the little black ones that are supposedly like
But
super
when
strong.
I've done that, it wasn't a large quantity.
Same here.
But that's.
It was a good time, but it was nothing like that first time.
No, but no one told me how much to take, so I just did it all. And it ended up being about 3 times as much as I needed.
Yeah,
And
as it should be.
no,
I
Dude,
think it should be.
I fucking lost my goddamn mind.
Yeah.
I eventually, like, about, I want to say, guesstimation, I tripped for about 2.5 hours, and I think about 40 minutes into it, I just said, you know what, I need to go to bed now. Because
You're not going to bed, though. I mean, you're going to bed, but you're not going to sleep.
Hell
Nope. I went upstairs and I sweated profusely and proceeded to pace up across the floor upstairs from the bathroom to my bed, where I would lay down. And eventually, like, Leo would come lay beside me, and I would watch him turn into dirt and then come back through like this amphibious like mud pile. And
Same thing, dude, with
Like, it's
Debo.
really
when I was
earthy.
freaking out, when I started freaking out,
You
I
like
saw
watched him
Debo-
evolve.
I saw Debo turn into some trash mongrel.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Which he kind of is, but no, I'm just kidding.
But it looked-
he looked different. He didn't look like Debo.
He was like,
and
he was like really earthy.
Dude, the sad thing is, when I was tripping, this is why I don't like to trip around Debo. Well, last time I tripped really hard and I was around Debo, I was like, "What's up, buddy?"
Oh, yeah.
And, like, it was a good time. It was clean acid, but when I was like crazy on shrooms, when I started coming down and I started flipping out and I felt, all the shit, the repressed memory came out and everything, I was flipping out. Dude, when I saw Debo, he was not Debo. He didn't look like
No.
that. And I was like pushing him away, like, get the fuck away from me. Which is like so sad because he was like trying to comfort me and like, you know what I mean? But it was rough.
That's what Leo was doing, but I was so fucking afraid of him.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was afraid of Debo. Like, I thought he was trying to hurt me or something, or like be something. I don't know what was going. You can't explain the shit.
No, dude,
you know?
it's a different parallel universe.
It really is.
I want to, like, I heard everybody talking about DMT. I want to know what that's like.
I've done DMT once.
I've never done it.
Is it
Never
really
come-
about, do you really see God?
Okay.
I've known a couple people that have done it.
Yeah.
I know a couple people who've done it, but I've done it once. And I'll say this. Have you ever heard... Look up Terrence McKenna.
I know
Look up
Terrence
his...
McKenna.
Yeah. Take his word for shit. I'm huge into him. We actually had him open up on our Road Dogs EP. He's on there. Well, maybe not the reissue. I don't know. But anyway, I took the DMT, and I remember the dude who had it. He was like, you guys can try it, and if you want to buy some, let me know. But he wanted to meet at a fucking high school parking lot right when school let out. I was
that's a
like,
felony.
so I didn't. Yeah, I was like, no, fuck no. Like, come to my house, dude. There's like 90 people here that are all on drugs right now. Just come to my house, you know. But anyway, I smoked it, and he was like, "Oh, dude, it's a big hit. Like, I don't know. Are you cool?" He's like, "I don't mind you smoking it, but are you cool with like a big hit?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it wasn't. I mean, it was in a it was in a crack pipe. You know, I always say rose pipe, crack pipe. It was in a crack pipe, and he packed it up, and he said, "Just don't cough. It's really hard not to." And I remember the first time I smoked weed, I didn't feel any urge to cough. Now when I do, I want to cough the first couple hits. So I think it's like that. But I felt no urge to cough when I hit the DMT, and I fucking like smoked the whole fucking thing, and I went, and as soon as I went, I held it in for a couple seconds, like probably like 5-10 seconds, and then as soon as I went, it was immediately the peak of an acid trip for about 15 minutes,
And then
It's very short last.
Yeah.
and then I was normal again after that. It was no come down process. It was peak of an acid trip, 15 minutes later, you're fine.
Is
It's
there any,
so weird.
Is there any hangover to it?
No.
Really?
Well, I felt kind of like a
DMT is produced from your brain.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It was honestly, it kind of felt like I had a really good nap
Really?
afterwards. That's really what it felt. That's the best way I could describe it.
I think we were talking about that before in the podcast. Remember Ryan screaming, "We don't need no fucking shaman"? That's what I was talking about. It's there's DMT in a bunch of foods we eat,
There's DMT in any organic thing,
but what you need
on
is an
Earth.
MAO inhibitor.
Yeah,
Or else it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like these ancient people figured this out. Like
With
if you-
ayahuasca.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
eat this fucking leaf with this fucking root,
Yeah.
You fucking-
You got to mix it together in the boiling water like the tea. You
Yeah.
got to make the tea out of it, and you drink that, and then boom.
But what was the
Ayahuasca's much slower and lasts way
what was the
longer.
DMT trip like? Was it like being in a different
Like I said, man,
universe?
it was, well, like I said, I only did one hit where Terrence McKenna recommends 3 to 5 hits on top of some acid is also a good thing.
Jesus.
On top of weed and shit, like really get out there. So,
I mean,
but there's also people who like have injected it that shot out to different universes
No
and you can
shit,
get,
I've never
yeah.
even heard
Well, that was
of
on a
that
medical
either.
study. That was actually people like science purposes, like people from small doses to large doses. You know, people who have never done it before, never even heard of it, to people who do it regularly. You know, and like the highest dose was some guy who was a yogi who regularly smoked DMT. And they gave him a really high dose of it in his veins. And he said, you know, it's not enough, it's not enough. They gave him a little bit more, and he fucking, like, had the most intense experience of, like, shooting out of his fucking body, going to the edge of the universe, talking to these fucking beings, and then immediately shooting back.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
It's a lot of the shit I've
there's
heard.
people with
like,
no
it-
access to
it's-
the internet who do this that have the same exact experience.
I mean,
you know
a
what
lot
I mean?
of stories I've heard is like a complete outer body experience.
Yeah. When I did it, I did not
fucking
get that.
crazy.
But like I said, I only did one hit. You know what I mean? And like I said, Terrence McKenna he says do 3 to 5 hits to really break out of your fucking brain and really have that experience. You need to do at least 3 to 5 hits. I only did one, and it was immediately the peak of an acid trip. Some good acid, the peak of that with one hit. So imagine how powerful this shit is with 3 to 5 hits.
Now,
On
would
top
you be
of-
able to fucking function to take another hit?
Oh yeah,
Alright.
yeah. Where I was, I would have absolutely been able to and willing to. It just the guy was not going to give me another free hit.
Yeah.
Alex actually took a couple hits, but he like laid back and like was trying to close his eyes, and I kept looking at him. He said he felt me looking at him because like I wanted to see what happened. You know what I mean? But Alex, it wasn't Alex. It was a different guy.
You're really bad at this.
I'm new to it, but at least it wasn't really Alex.
Ron.
It was Ron. It was fucking Ron.
Wrong.
Ron.
You know Ron's got a kid now. Do you remember Ron? Well, Ron's a real person. He has a kid now.
Who's Ron?
He went to your house once. He doesn't get out much. He was at your house once with Ladyfingers and Deep Chocolate. He was there.
Really?
Really tall white kid. He's about my height, but not as chunky.
Nope.
Yeah. He's a cool kid. He's a really
fingers
cool
and
dude.
deep chocolate.
Yeah.
I wish you were there for that part.
It
told me
was a
about
good
it.
time.
Oh, it's just he was out there cracking a whip against cars and shit.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I remember that. He told me that story.
Are they still together?
I don't know. I don't think
They were younger, so I don't know if
Deep Chocolate's not out of the closet with his family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so.
I could tell he acted a little more quiet,
Yeah.
a little more reserved, whereas Ladyfingers was like, woo! Fucking Limeritas, let's play beer pong, bitch! I'm like, you're my homie now!
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're best friends!
Yeah. Exactly.
He doesn't have a lisp at all.
He doesn't. No. I mean, like, he doesn't. If
he's
you
like-
met him at a party, you'd have no idea he was gay.
Oh no.
You would have no
he's
clue.
fucking super
You would have
punk about
no idea.
No, that's cool.
Except for when he breaks out his duct tape whips. He's like, yeah, I use these to whip dudes in the ass and, like, cracks them off cars and shit. He's a wild motherfucker.
Plastered drunk
Good
is out
time.
there fucking crack!
He's a good time.
The street's lined with cars. He's hitting them with this fucking whip. It's like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it sounds like 22 shooting off. Like, ow, wow. Like, not loud, but loud,
I miss that house.
Dude, that was a good time. I miss when I used to live up at Dom's, honestly. Like, because I was able to be such a retard and not feel bad about it.
My God.
That house was. Your house now's nicer,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
that
it's way
that was a
nicer.
cool spot when you lived in Mingo
Yeah.
because
Well, you had
it
two
was
houses
like-
in Mingo, didn't you? Two different places? Yeah.
was the last one.
The last
was
one's
this,
the house.
Was this?
No, this was up in Liverpool.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
This is
was up
Liverpool.
on. Yeah.
Oh, the party they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
You're thinking about Ruby's birthday party, aren't you?
The one I was there.
Yeah.
No, the way. I don't think you ever. When you told me that story before, I don't think you ever specified where you were.
Oh, no.
I think I assumed it was at the house at Mingo.
No, I was in Liverpool, and we lived 2 blocks from each other. Like,
I've been to your house multiple times when you lived in Liverpool.
yeah. As-
Well, anyways, I mean, your house in Mingo is cool.
yeah, I like that house. Too.
By the way, you know what's crazy about calling? I'm sorry, and I'm gonna be done cutting people off after this.
That's
Dude,
it
we
was
were
a-
just fucking
It was a
wondering.
random thought.
Okay, but when I tell people, like, we're from the town is called East Liverpool. That's the town's name. That's not a side of Liverpool. It's East Liverpool,
Yeah, right.
Ohio. So when I'm around all my friends that are from
Liverpool.
yeah, yeah. So, like, when I'm around people from out of state, and I'm like, yeah, I'm from East Liverpool, blah blah blah, and then but then they'll hear me talking to other people, and like, yeah, I'm Liverpool, up in Liverpool, blah blah blah, or like, was that over in Chester? Was that in Wellsville or whatever? And I'm like, no, I was over in Liverpool. So now people think that the town is Liverpool, and I'm from East Liverpool because I also, like, whenever I post shit on Facebook with my location thing on, I'm usually home and it says from East End, Ohio. So now they're thinking, oh, East Liverpool is just a part of Liverpool. And it's like, no, East Liverpool is one small-ass clusterfuck of heroin.
Ugh. Dude, I delivered up there, like, it was that day I delivered to your house.
Yeah.
And I delivered on that street that I used to live on. Dude, it is so much worse than, like, it was when I left.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, these past couple of years, it's went down even more.
Both the houses that I lived in on that street are now, like, just vacant and destroyed.
No shit.
Like, the one I lived in across the street with, like, all the steps and shit, that one got raided in a drug bust, like,
Wow.
like a month ago. Someone bought it, the other house off of Fry after I left, and it looks alright. My neighbor, I walked past that one, the house is totally vacant and the front door was open.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like he just pieced out.
I gotta piss. I'll be right back.
Oh, you sissy.
I am a sis. I'm
You-
sorry.
Tiny bladdered little girl.
I've been drinking all day.
Uh-huh.
What did I do?
I've been drinking all day.
Oh man.
So how was your week, buddy?
What, my week?
Yeah.
That's alright.
It's alright.
Yeah, I caught the deer last night.
How'd that go?
It was alright.
Was it everything you hoped and dreamed it'd be?
Yeah, I made $30.
Nice.
It's about the equivalent I mean, I'm learning,
Uh-huh.
so it took a little bit longer. The guy said it takes about an hour to do a deer. It took me about 2.5 because I got cows, pigs. That's all I know. So I'm like, and everything's the same because as we were cutting, I was like, oh, I know what this is like. But I was kind of like delicate because I'm like, I was nervous, but. Once
2 or 3 of me.
It is cool though, because like if he starts getting like his opening day was the Saturday. It's only Tuesday, so if he starts getting like 2 or 3, then they take an hour. I'm making $30 an hour.
Yeah.
So that's fucking tits.
What are you doing?
Sneaking in.
Tiptoeing in his Jordans.
His new boots. He got new boots.
Saw those boots. Those are nice.
Fucking cowboy boots.
Ooh.
I need new boots. I was bitching about it the other day.
Dude, these are
I've
like
had the same boots since I
$400
was in
boots or
high
something.
school.
I got them for free.
Are the insides just not like out of them?
They're not my. I don't work them or anything. They're just my fancy boots. As I call them.
Yeah.
Like I said,
These are my fancy
those
boots.
are his fancy boots.
Yeah.
Stepping out boots.
Yeah. They're just biker boots.
Yeah.
Can I have another beer?
Yeah. They're in the fridge, man.
It's
You might want to grab me one while we're at it.
Yeah, might as well grab
yellow
rounds.
Yellow bag.
So, speaking of Liverpool going down and heroin, do you need one?
Is there one here? Are we empty?
It's
Oh, we killed off all the cooler beers.
So, we have a major issue.
Thank you.
Which is, you saw that meme, right?
Which one?
The one with the two parents, they were, I guess the
Yeah.
grandparents passed out and the 4-year-old in the back. And
Yeah.
I actually went to school with the chick
were
that was the mother.
grandparents?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the grandparents.
Fuck.
That's how bad it is.
The
there.
mom to that kid, I went to school with her, and the headline when they interviewed her was "Crack Smoking Stripper Mother," which she is a stripper. I don't know if she
Once
smokes crack.
4-year-old
Well,
back or
she
whatever?
did say she smokes crack, and the baby daddy is a crack dealer. So
Nice.
that's where that kid, So, big news. This is what I mentioned a little bit earlier. Thank you so much.
Got you, baby girl.
Yeah. So, we have that new song, Heroin is Ugly, and I figured, I wrote that song before that actually came out, that whole meme thing. Like, I wrote that song before that. It was just because I got robbed and I've lost a lot of friends. Brian Nermy, I don't know if you guys know him
I
or
didn't
not.
know. I grew up with Nermy.
I heard that song.
You
before
heard
that
he
meme
fucking
came out.
died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
his
last time
fucking-
you were on, you were talking about that song.
Yeah.
That was way
Yeah, and I was like, we're writing a song, we're working
Yeah.
on it. Now it's finally a thing.
Which is tits, by the way. I
Thank
listened
you.
to one.
Thank you.
Oh, that's telling him, man. That song is the fucking balls.
I agree. I think that's our best song yet.
That's
I
so
really
cool,
do.
dude. It's so cool to hear someone from
This
the
area.
local music scene that doesn't sound fucking generic and
Yeah.
You're not a
Yeah.
Nirvana ripoff.
Well, okay, the weird bands, and it's kind of like it goes out beyond. It's just the Ohio Valley, dude. It's how fucking generic butt rock. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all they.
No,
fucking-
you're absolutely right. And I'm sick of this shit too. That's why I do know
I
this
don't even
aggression.
care. Dissension. Everyone knows them. They're fucking stupid.
Those dudes talk shit on me.
Fuck them.
Like what
He's a
happened?
fucking
If it means
Scott
anything,
Stapp
I've-
wannabe. Like,
Oh god.
If it means anything, I've never
he
heard of
brags
this
about like
song.
knowing Scott Stapp. I'm like, that's the fucking worst thing.
okay. Good job, dude.
I've never heard of dissension, if that means anything.
Dude, they're garbage. They're
And
complete garbage.
Yeah. So we got this.
So that's what. Kudos to you.
Thank
for
you.
not sounding like every other fucking band that tries to do it.
Thank
around
you.
here.
Well, you got to be original. You got to stand
Yeah,
out.
exactly. You have
And you're
to.
not comparing yourself to everybody in your town, but everybody in the fucking world I compare myself to.
Right.
Everyone in the country, But with that being said, I think it's important to being from this area, which is, dude, all the traveling I've done, like heroin's a problem, especially in like bigger cities and stuff. But like being in small town Ohio, where heroin's worse than I've seen it in bigger cities. You see people banging dope. I have a
It's an
friend on
absolute
Facebook.
huge problem in this
Yeah,
area.
it's an epidemic. It's literally become an epidemic. I mean, I have a friend on Facebook had a live video up at Steel Trolley Diner. Live video of a dude shooting heroin while he was waiting on his food. No shit, I fucking watched it.
Jesus
Is
Christ.
that insane?
Man.
It sounds so made up. Like, I remember when I was
It
down
does,
in
it's
Atlanta,
not
dude,
like-
my Atlanta friend showed me that meme and said, dude, this is in East Liverpool. Holy shit. Is that common? I was like, yeah. I'm surprised it's
Welcome
a meme
to the
now.
Ohio Valley.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what it is. Like, and so with that being said,
Go to downtown Weirton.
yeah, Weirton, even Chester's got its problems.
Chester's
Fucking
bad.
Newell's worse than Chester
Yeah,
from what
but
I've seen.
I mean, like it's
Chester's not that bad.
Chester's good on the surface,
Chester's
but after
pretty bad.
Chester
I think
after dark is
Weirton's
worse.
Probably in West Virginia.
East Liverpool's got more of the gang shit though. Like
Yeah.
there's more gangs and more of the dealers are in Liverpool.
straight up junkies is probably Chester and Weirton though.
Mm.
It's bad, man.
Ugh. But I don't get it. Like, I don't know if I just don't understand addiction. Like, that part of my brain's just not there.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just fucking.
I don't know, because I deal with addiction, because I'd say I'm slightly, not very, I wouldn't say it's super serious. I'm also 24, slightly addicted to alcohol. Like, I love drinking beer. And I've actually, every 5 days, I've been doing, because I used to drink every day, and then it was like, now I'm at the point to where it's like, I don't drink, unless there's some special occasion that pops up. I go 5 days without drinking. So tonight, I'm not going to go until 5 days. I'm not drinking it again, you know.
See, what I used to do was I wouldn't drink on a work night.
Yeah, that's hard for me because it helps me sleep, you know.
Like,
It helps me sleep too, but
Yeah. I won't go
That was
nuts
just me
on
keeping
put it this
myself
way.
in check.
I won't go nuts on a work night.
Yeah.
I won't fucking drink a 12-pack on
it's
a work night.
you'll
you
get
know?
as you get older because I mean, I'm like him now. It's
Yeah.
not. I'm off tomorrow. I don't give a fuck.
right.
But like,
I'm not.
I go casually on a work night.
Like,
But I don't. I used to fucking go hard all the time. It's 21, 22s, fucking all the time.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Honestly, I was,
can't do that.
I was
anymore now,
probably
dude. I'm
worse
28.
like 2
I
years
fucking,
ago.
I wake up and I'll be like,
Yeah.
no throwing up. It's not really.
It's
what
just
even-
like feeling sluggish and like having the beer shits.
It's
Gets old.
sluggish. It's
Yeah.
not really like
Yeah.
I can't really. I'm not trying to fucking pump my chest up here, boys. But I'm trying. What even is a hangover? I
I've
don't
never.
even know what
well,
that
I
is.
have. It's for
I've
me.
not
What a
experienced
hangover.
that in years.
What I
but
have,
I'm a
it's too
functioning
much
alcoholic.
151.
That's why.
Too much 151. That's the only time I've ever had like a serious like, oh, my head's hurting. I can't hear you talk too loud. Like, too much 151.
Yeah,
see,
that's,
here's-
when you get into crazy fucking liquor parties, that shit's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, joking aside, but you're all right, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
But
you're an alcoholic. Like, if you'd have fucking walked in here falling up my stairs,
yeah, then
that's
I
when
did.
you're an
Yeah,
alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean, I
See,
walked in
there-
buzzed. I'll say
AJ,
that.
there's
You need to talk.
there's textbook alcoholics, and then there's the reality
Yeah.
alcoholics.
Yeah. I think I'm
because-
textbook alcoholic, but I don't think in reality, I don't think I'm an alcoholic. You know,
Yeah,
because,
textbook, but textbook's bullshit.
Yeah. But the
last-
last couple times I've been in a fist fight, I was drunk, which is a weird statistic, you know.
Oh, it brings it. It's
Yeah.
not.
It is a statistic.
You're generally more likely to fucking be physically violent when you're drunk.
That is true.
And
Yeah.
most likely, when was the other person inebriated?
Yeah, and they were also swinging. Well, last time I was in a fist fight, it was actually a couple years ago, though. So, I was fist fighting all the time in high school, and I was drinking like on the weekends with my friends, but I wasn't getting drunk and going to school. And I used to fist fight all the time back then. But last time I was in a fist
That's
fight,
just teenage fucking angst.
the dude swung on my friends, and I came up. I was in the middle of a song. Actually, we were on stage. I was in the middle of a song. Dropped the mic and fucking split his eye open. So fuck that dude. But it was an oogle. But anyway, before we get too off track, the heroin epidemic is a serious problem, not only in the Ohio Valley, especially like East Liverpool. I got a hold of this clinic, a rehab clinic called Second Chances, just opened up this past May. Their district, like the director of that office and several other offices actually just called me earlier today. I got a hold of them first, but their director called me first thing I did, or no, when I woke up yesterday. Got a hold of them, and I'm putting on Heroin is Ugly benefit downtown East Liverpool. Admission is at least a $5 donation. You can donate more. We're going to have a 50-50. I'm looking at doing a merch bundle. It's going to be Nervous Aggression, and Willie Mack's going to have a performance as well.
Is that the rapper?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and all the money is going to go to Second Chance's Recovery Center.
We should do a live podcast.
Nice.
You should. You absolutely should. That would be
fucking
awesome.
Cool. We set
That
up a
would be
fucking
really
table.
cool.
We fucking just shoot the shit with a bunch of people.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That'd be fucking titties.
Yeah. And that would help the event. And
That's a
actually,
good
the
idea.
guy who owns Smokeless J, we're having it there.
Jared Moody.
Yeah, him.
He lived in Lawrenceville.
He's an awesome.
So did Nermy, though. That's how I knew them.
Okay. Yeah,
when
Jared,
I
I don't know if is his last name. I don't know. I know his name's Jared, so it's
Well,
probably
when
the
I
same
was,
Jared. Big beard now, like
yeah.
down to fucking.
When I was a kid, they used to play roller hockey up at the playground. And I wasn't good. I wasn't allowed to hang out with them, but I watched.
Yeah. Well, I'll get a hold of him. I'm sure he'd love to have it because he's very behind this cause, and that's what it's about. And every dollar that we make, every cent that we make on this event, other than personal merch sales, I'm gonna keep that and allow.
When's it gonna be?
I'm looking at what the 31st is on a Monday, right? So I'm looking at the 27th or the 28th of October. I'm meeting with Jared tomorrow to really get a date, but it's going to be on Facebook being promoted. He's got connections with News 9. We're going to try to get News 9 down there, get the review down there. And really it's about raising awareness and raising just, can't do a whole lot, but I'm going to raise a couple bucks for this new rehab center that opened up.
Absolutely. We would love to be a part of that.
You're more than welcome.
That'd be.
I need as much shit going on as possible.
Because I think we were thinking about doing stickers or some shit with our logo, and even that, if we pay that off, we can. I'm sure he probably
Dude,
wouldn't have
stickers.
a
I
problem.
could get you such cheap stickers.
Really?
I could get you 300 stickers for $30 tops.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not shitting you, dude. Stickers are cheap.
Really?
Stickers are very cheap.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah, I could hook you up with some stickers. Person to talk to about that would be Blake.
We'll talk about that after the show.
Yeah, we'll do that after. But yeah, I want to do my part. Fuck heroin. It's taken too many of my friends, both literally killed my friends and made my friends hate me because I hate heroin, and it's affected my whole city. My whole city's a slum because the only currency anymore is opiates. Whether it's heroin or Percocet or Oxycontin or even fucking Vicodin, which I don't even think has opiates in it, but it's the same fucking field. Fuck that shit. And
Yeah, it's gross.
it's taking over my life, and I don't do it.
No.
I don't do it. I don't fuck with it.
Everybody's affected by it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even do it, and it's affecting my life. Seriously negatively affecting
It's
my
taken
life.
friends that are still alive. It's taken friends from everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got friends.
We know a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it, and that's a crazy thing because we played in Kent the other night, and there was a lady there. There was a couple. They were probably 40 something. They were middle aged, and they were talking about how they loved our song "Heroin Is Ugly." Funny enough, they were from East Liverpool as well, because we played our first couple songs. We did the national anthem. We opened up with the national anthem, and I was on my knee, and then we opened up and we started playing, and then after our first couple songs, I said, "We're Nervous Aggression from East Liverpool, Ohio," and they just fucking flipped out. They're like, "What? What?" Yeah. And but I guess they recently lost somebody to heroin as well. And it's shit. I'm I'm 2 hours away from home, an hour and a half away from home, and the most random circumstances. They're from East Liverpool, and they've recently lost somebody to that shit. I don't. Every time I tell somebody about this idea, they're like, "Well, yeah, I know how that is because I lost somebody," and it's all around here,
It's fucking gross.
Yeah. It's
I don't
ugly.
get it. It's ugly. I don't understand the attraction to it. I don't know what would even make you want to try it the first time.
Yeah. Depression, I think. You know, that's
Dude,
I'm not a
been
doctor,
fucking depressed. That's you don't turn to that.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I've been pretty down and thought about like fuck it, like it's a slow suicide.
Yes.
You know, and it's also there's and not just to say it's all for attention, like cutting your wrist horizontally attention, but like real like
Wow.
nobody fucking pays attention to me, nobody cares. Like I tell people I'm gonna kill myself and they brush me off. Like I've even had that happen, and it's like because you know I'm 13, 14, and I had serious suicidal thoughts. I still sometimes have suicidal thoughts, but I've learned to combat them. I've learned to combat them. You know what I mean? Not everybody
Yeah.
learns to
What are you
combat.
saying?
I want to know what you guys think. I'm for full legalization of all drugs.
Absolutely.
Dude, I really feel like it would really cut because you create more crime by making all these drugs. And the drug violence is because it's illegal.
Yeah. Drug violence is because someone screwed someone else.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, I can't speak for anybody else, but I can say I 100% agree. I think that heroin should be legal. I think that fucking all drugs, crack, fucking coke,
Yeah.
it should be legal. And I think I brought it up before on the podcast about how I think it's in Canada, but there's a center where they have RNs everywhere and they have clean needles and alcohol swabs and everything. You have to supply your own heroin, but you can go and shoot up there. And if you fucking do too much or you get some bad shit, they got people there to revive you if you want it there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they got it.
But
Like, come do your heroin here, and then upstairs though, a couple floors up, they got one of the most, if not the most successful opiate fighting addiction centers upstairs, where people, if you want to get clean, it's right upstairs. And that's the other thing too, is like we have family recovery in East Liverpool. But if you call in saying, hey, I'm addicted, I don't want to be addicted anymore, the process takes 5 to 7 days to get in. I don't know about you guys, but if I want to stop, well, it's not even that, but if I want to stop doing something, like I've broken down, like I've done some stupid shit. I punched one of my best friends in the head one time, not too long ago. I punched him in the face really hard. And I was drunk and I was sad and I wanted to get help and everything like that. Fortunately, I've been able to manage it more. But, you know, for family recovery, it takes 5 to 7 days to get admitted. So 5 to 7 days later, you might not be feeling like you want to do... Maybe you're more concerned about getting another hit than you are fucking...
Getting help.
Getting help 5 to 7 days later. You know, I think there's just like a 30-minute window, like, or an hour window, or a night's window, or whatever of when you want help. It's this. So I think it'd be better to decriminalize. We got to stop criminalizing addicts because it's a sickness. You're not a criminal. Okay, you might steal from people and shit, but it's a sickness. You need help.
Where I disagree.
I think you need help. You know, I'd rather help you out than
needing
fuck
help,
it.
but calling it a sickness or a disease is a disservice to fucking cancer. It's
Yeah, I get that. I
diseases
disagree.
are something
that.
you cannot help.
It's self-control, AJ. It's
Addiction.
like why you said earlier when you were like, "Oh, I think I had a problem with alcohol." You don't.
Yeah, because I can admit it, and I'm like working on it. I'm
and you're not.
actively working
You don't
on it.
because you don't. You have self-control.
Yeah.
You didn't wake up this morning and go, fuck, I need to fucking chug. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
don't. It's a choice. If you didn't want to do it, you wouldn't do it.
Right.
I can tell that from you.
Right.
Addiction
It's
is
not-
the inability to differentiate between want and need.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly. It's
I
not.
feel you.
I mean,
And that's the thing too.
I
like,
do,
I'm
listen.
totally-
I have sympathy for addicts. I really do. I'm not
Yeah.
saying fuck them. They absolutely they deserve help. If they want help, good for them. It's not a disease.
But a very small portion of them actually want fucking help.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing.
They
Who
want
am I
help
to-
when they hit fucking rock bottom.
It's not a
Yeah.
disease. It's
and who am
fuck-
I to say one way or the other, dude? I don't have all the answers, and I'm totally. If you
I got
guys
a lot of
disagree with me, if you guys, that's the thing with me. Like, if there's a disagreement, like I'm totally like what you're saying makes perfect. What both you guys are saying makes perfect sense.
It's just it's not
You know.
a disease.
Yeah.
It's just it's been. This is how I feel. It's been called a disease so they can sell their drug to you.
methadone.
methadone, Suboxone,
Suboxone is a big one.
It's legal.
It is legal heroin. There's no
in pill
fucking
form.
Dude, I know a
It's
chick.
bullshit.
I know a chick who tried like a baby bump of Suboxone because her fucking old man was a heroin addict, and she fucking passed out. Like she got so
It'll
sick.
make you sick.
Yeah.
If you're not,
She's
if
like,
you're not
holy
dependent
shit!
on,
Like she
if
did
you're
like
not,
half a little baby line.
Yeah,
to,
you get
like,
fucked
yeah.
up, you would just get sick.
Yeah.
I've watched people do it.
Well,
I've
Big
never-
Pharma, I think there's something we could agree on is Big Pharma is a big part of it because I know someone who.
Oh, it
the only
absolutely-
reason they did
no.
heroin is because their Percocet script ran out, so they
Absolutely.
needed heroin.
No, I
You
agree
know
with
what I
you
mean?
100%.
Well, there's in Arizona, they were.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you run out of your Suboxone and they won't. Either you don't go back or you can't get in. What you're gonna do is you're gonna turn back to
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah. They
Because
can
it's
just
the same-
charge you and your insurance company so you get Suboxone. That
Exactly.
way they're making the money.
But all that
You know.
Suboxone is to cover. It's to keep you from. I'm trying to think of the way to word this. They think it's to treat you.
Yeah.
All it is to fucking keep you from withdrawing.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you can't get your Suboxone anymore, the first thing you're gonna run to is to go get some dope
Yeah.
to keep yourself from getting sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just it's pharmaceutical. It's a big issue. That's why I'm all for the legalization of all drugs because
Exactly.
because you can't tell me
Yeah.
that as long as I buy it from your doctors and everything, it's okay. I can take what I
as long as I'm paying you.
as long as I'm paying exactly, Vince.
So
as
what do
long
you
as
guys-
I'm paying you, I'm allowed to do this fucking
Yeah.
this.
But I can't pay.
meth,
I can't pay
this
the poor dude
pharmaceutical
whose whole
heroin.
life is around here.
Right, absolutely.
That's my next thing. Like the whole shoot your local heroin dealer thing. Fuck that, dude. Because a lot of dudes selling
that's some
dope.
shit. You can't
a lot
blame
of
them.
exactly because that's the position they're in. They're fucking. Their parents, their
They're making
fucking
money.
cousins, their brothers.
I mean, I'm not saying they're
Like,
good people for making the money, but that's not their
only that,
fault.
but that's their environment. Like that's the only
Exactly.
way to make money for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't agree with the whole shoot. Like, dude, as far as I'm concerned with dealers, like
Don't
you're making
fucking-
money.
don't
I'm not
play-
gonna call the cops on you. Don't rob me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And dude, that's the thing. Dealers will not rob you because they don't need any extra heat than they have. Like,
Yeah.
you know, junkies will.
Did you
But-
hear what
Junkies
happened in
will.
Arizona?
Huh?
They were trying to pass marijuana in Arizona. It did not pass.
Do you hear it passing Ohio?
Did it?
Medical.
Legal. Yeah, but it's only oils and edibles.
Nice.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest companies lobbying against it was the company that's making fentanyl, like the morphine.
Fentanyl, yeah.
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 They lobbied against it. They chipped in like $500,000.
Go fucking figure. Because, dude, okay, here's the thing, and
What
of
was
course,
this?
maybe.
They lobbied against marijuana. They paid for the lobby against it.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course they did.
Yeah.
Of course.
Maybe I'm biased. You know, maybe I don't
Because it's
know
a myth
what's
that-
going on. Maybe I'm a fucking bleeding heart liberal. But I will say this: when I broke my hand, I got a prescription of Vicodin. Does Vicodin have opiates in it or not? It does. It doesn't.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
It's technically
It's
an
It is a pain reliever, and I mean, it's something you can get addicted to.
You can
And it's
get
something
addicted to
that's-
huffing
You
duster.
can get high. Yeah, but I don't know if it's opiates or not specifically. Either way, it's kind of the same ballpark.
It's a pain reliever.
Yeah. I mean Tylenol is too,
Well,
but that's cherry pick. That's nitpicking.
I think Vicodin has this.
It's acetaminophen.
acetaminophen, but then
which
there's
is-
other shit in it
That's
too.
not
Because
a-
acetaminophen won't get you high.
Hydrocodone.
Hydrocodone. So that's okay. So that's like codeine type shit,
Yeah.
which is opiates family, I think.
Right.
It might be more of a stretch, but it's kind of in that family. So anyway, the point being, I broke my hand. It hurt really bad, obviously. And they gave me Vicodin, and I took it as prescribed. I didn't fucking abuse it in any way. I took it as prescribed, and I
that takes a
fucking
big
on the
man.
first day.
Because I'd be like,
Yeah. No, dude, I puked.
Vicodin.
I fucking puked everywhere.
Keep him in a fuzz dispenser. I love Lucy.
Dude, I fucking puked everywhere. It didn't make me. I mean, I felt loopy, but I didn't feel good. Dude, I traded the rest of that bottle for a 20 bag of weed. I swear to God, dude, my
That's
hand starts hurting and shit. I'll smoke a fucking bowl, dude, and like your hand, you feel the pain, but it's different. Like, it
But
doesn't...
it's also an anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, too. I was smoking weed the whole time I had my hand broken. And they took my cast off early. You know what I mean? Like, a week early, and they said it's still technically broken, but be careful, just keep doing what you're doing. And that was the thing, too. I told my doctor, she's like, when I first went in, she's like, are you on any drugs? And I was like, I mean, I drink, you know. And she's like, okay. And I was like, I smoke weed. She's like, I don't care about smoking weed. Like, are you on any drugs? I was like, no, other than crack, no, jokingly. You know, and, but she was, like, totally cool with it. And, like, I was smoking weed the whole time my hand was broken. She took it off a week early, you know, and it was still broken, but she's like, you just... And she said, in a way, keep doing what you're doing and you'll be fine. Not that fucking weed heals broken bones, no, but it's gonna help. It helped me manage pain. It helped me manage my pain.
It's like
better. I'd rather.
It's a narcotic, but it's
a narcotic, but not.
I'd rather smoke a bowl than fucking take a fucking
family traits in it.
Yeah, I'd rather smoke a bowl than take, you know, pain pills. You know, even if it's just straight acetaminophen,
but this is,
like that'll fuck up the lining in your stomach and give you stomach ulcers. Like, I'd rather smoke a bowl with a broken bone than a fucking take it like 9 Tylenols, you know? Although 9 Tylenols will probably work a little better.
Dude, you take...
You
look like you take 9 Tylenols in a row, you're probably not going to have headaches ever again.
That's your last motherfucking headache. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But, you know...
Fuck drugs, and by drugs I mean anything other than weed and psychedelics.
Well, fellas, we are at an hour 15.
No, let's
Hour
keep going.
You want to keep going?
Yep.
Let's
do another 15?
Yep.
Let's do it.
We can do another
Fuck
15.
It.
Let's end on a happy note.
Dude, I'm interesting as fuck, so let's do another 15
We can
minutes.
do another 15.
Alright. Let's talk about something else. What's new? What's, fuck the debates. We're not talking about the debates. If you came here to listen to us talk about the debates, you came to the wrong motherfucking place.
He's gonna go
listen to every other podcast.
He's gonna go steal them Judas Gold.
I mean... No, because I can't, because then you'll start talking about them.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't watch it.
Ask me a question because I'm self-centered.
Ask you a question.
Rest of the tour went really great, by the way. Athens, Georgia was cool. Period. That's about it. I saw this. Oh, I did see something crazy. In Athens. So there was these guys. 2 dudes showed up. And they were in, like, fucking booty shorts. And then they had, like training bras or something on, and they were in a group called Fake Sick. And they had, like, voice weird things on, and they were, like, super flamboyant gay, I think. I don't know if they were really gay or if it was part of the show. I think they were actually gay, though. And they had, like, beats going on, and, like, the one dude was, like, Danny Filth from Cradle of Filth screaming, and the other dude was, like, half-ass rapping with a weird, like, thing on.
So the mushroom head.
No. No. Way less butt rocky than Mushroom Head. I remember one of their choruses went, accident, it was an accident, ambulance, they called an ambulance. And it's like, just, there was like a lot of songs about like accidentally murder and rape and...
That's why these dudes...
It's really weird.
Say they accidentally
but it was like, dude,
I accidentally raped someone.
Yeah.
Listen.
I never seen... Well, I don't know if any of their songs were actually about rape. I can't really remember.
Here's something we can fucking talk about.
Never seen anything like it. Keep going.
Alright. So, apparently... Did you hear about this guy that got kicked out of this college, right? Him and this girl got plastered drunk. They exchanged text messages saying that she's down to fuck.
DTF.
She fucking decided later on after the fact to withdraw consent, and he got thrown out of college because he technically raped her.
Wait, I've
They
heard
were
about
both
that
drunk.
stuff. Actually, well, dude, if that's rape, I got raped 2 weeks ago.
Dude, oh my god.
Okay, then I got raped 2 weeks ago.
Well, hold on.
If you're drunk and another girl's drunk, and you fuck...
Oh, okay.
You can be...
You have drunk sex, and then the next day the chick regrets it, now you're a rapist.
You're a sex offender now.
Even though you're both drunk.
Yeah.
This is why I don't fuck.
This is why I drink.
Dude,
No, this is why I don't bang girls I don't know.
Yeah, for real.
Like, I don't. Seriously.
Dude, you'd think, and dude, trust me, I've had the opportunities. I'm not the best looking dude ever, but I'm not the worst looking dude ever. But, like, I'm in a touring band. That attracts a lot of chicks, but seriously, like, I get so skeeved out by chicks.
fucking do it. Every fucking time, do it.
But I don't want to be a rapist because she regrets it the
I
next
don't
day.
know.
You know what I mean? This day and age, you could be a fucking rapist because of that shit now.
No, you take a video.
I wouldn't be so hard on yourself, AJ. You've got very nice blue eyes.
You're very handsome.
You're blonde. I mean, you're like Hitler's fucking wet dream.
I'm not blonde. I'm dirty blonde.
No. But that's fucked up, man. That makes me...
That's ridiculous. That's
If
fucking...
drunk sex makes you a rapist,
It's
I'm
not.
a rapist
It's-
times like 1,000.
Now,
Yeah,
now
yeah,
they're taking.
dude.
Now they're taking this shit and fucking blowing it way out.
You know,
proportion.
Yeah,
it's
that's it.
it's
That's the thing.
feminist
How many
that
times
no
is
one
that-
wants to fucking
Exactly.
Third wave feminism is a problem.
It's a huge problem.
It's counterproductive. It's counterproductive, I think. You know, because
It's absolutely
What's the
counterproductive.
better than drunk
the
sex?
people who gave them the rights to
Best.
fucking free speech and shit like that, they absolutely hate. You know, which is Western, you know, American civilization. Not by any means am I a conservative, but it just seems like really contradictory. You know, a lot of times, like dude. This is the thing, and I give permission to anyone listening to this. This is my fucking perfect comeback. If a feminist flips out on you, like I've been flipped out on before, which happens rarely, but it does happen. Oh, well, you're just a fucking cis white male. You don't know. Fire back
Did you just
with.
assume my gender?
Fire back with. Exactly. Did you just fucking assume my gender? Did you just assume my gender? And then they're going to be like, apologize. I'll apologize to you. I'll apologize to the rapist over in the corner who's not really a rapist. I'll apologize to the people around me. It's just fucking... It's stupid. It's fucking dumb. Dude, love yourself. Don't hurt nobody. Don't rape is not okay. And yeah, you know, women get the shit under the deal here and there too, you know, and that needs to be addressed. Absolutely. I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I met a shitload of... Dude, 99% of the feminists I've met, even these third wave crazy feminists, are like such cool people. And like they're totally like that I've actually met and had a conversation with, they fucking like me. And they, you know, they're like, you know, I remember one time I put up a status on Facebook and the status was just something gender. and one of my third wave feminist fucking friends got on that and was like, AJ, come on. And I was like, I love you. And she was like, I love you too, AJ. You know what I mean? So we see things differently, but like not all of them are as irrational as you'd think.
I just like poking fun at stupid things.
Do it. It needs to be done.
It does. I believe in regulating.
Yeah. I'm not going to like openly shit on your beliefs or anything like that, but at the same time, when your beliefs are that shitty, I might openly shit on your beliefs.
I'll shit on your beliefs as if your beliefs are stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
We yeah.
if you're fucking just mad to be mad.
Recreational outrage.
Yeah,
like
we do.
The God
shitting
Joe
on me and
Rogan
you.
says.
Oh yeah. Like
Which we haven't got hate mail or any hate.
I never
Not
Ah!
yet. Dude,
30
do you know there's a Tumblr
wait
page?
till we start. Wait till we actually maybe. I'm not trying to fucking talk us up, but like if we start making it, like we start getting like fucking 1,000
I
views.
keep at it,
We're
never
gonna
happen.
start being like, you guys fucking asshole. Like,
I missed the earlier episodes.
You know, there's a
I'm waiting
Tumblr,
for it.
dude. There's a Tumblr page that hates all about how nervous aggression sucks.
Really?
How we're racists and
Someone
we're fucking misogynists.
Yeah, well, okay.
Is
There's
it continuously updated?
I don't know about that.
You know what
I
the
heard
issue
about
is? Why that's
I heard
not a
about
big
it
deal?
when it first
It's
started.
because it's Tumblr. That's
Exactly, yeah. That's why I'm not worried
Everyone's
about it.
fucking seriously. How many people are even on Tumblr? We'll make up a fucking random number. We'll say
Like 6 figures.
Yeah,
Somewhere in the
6
6-figure
figures.
range.
we'll say
Not a lot.
we'll say 6,533,000 people are on Tumblr.
Right.
All of them are triggered.
Yeah. Triggered or
Exactly.
naked?
Pretty much. I mean,
Dude, for real, Tumblr, like, there is, I'll show you guys after the podcast. I'll try to look it up. I don't know how to work Tumblr. I've seen it. People have showed it to me.
I'm sure you can Google it.
But that's the funny thing is, like, my third wave feminist friends that are considered crazy are also on Tumblr. I'll bet you if they hear this or they knew about it, they'd be like, fuck you, nervous aggression rules! Because we're so anti-misogynistic and so anti-homophobic and so anti-racist.
I'm only misogynistic when it's funny.
Dude, how am I a racist when I fucking love black chicks? How is that a thing?
You got jungle fever like a motherfucker.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you did too. You did for like years.
Fuck yeah, dude. I don't know, man. There's something about those. Dude, I want to create tomorrow children. You know what I mean? You know what I mean by tomorrow children. You've thought about that. You want a tomorrow child. The fucking mixed race kids, the tomorrow children.
Josh's mixed race kid's the only black kid that can't go in the sun.
I was in a semi-serious relationship with. Well, I shouldn't even say semi-serious. Semi-long-term, I guess.
It's very long term. You were together for 3 years, wasn't you?
Yeah.
That's way longer than any relationship. The longest relationship I was in was...
The last one was on and off. The last year was on and off.
The longest relationship I was in was like 9 months, but 6 of it had to be kept under wraps because she had a boyfriend. So...
Ooh.
Jeez.
I was back in high school. Ever since then, like 3-4 months. I didn't even know, because I thought that they broke up. Like, she kept everything under wraps. She just wanted dick.
You know what
That's
that
what it
3 or
came
4
down
months
to.
thing is?
Yeah.
That's a hormonal thing.
Really? That's
Yes,
probably
it's,
on me, too, because I'll leave
It's
the chick
it's
after
both.
that. Yeah.
I heard Rogan talking about it. It's a hormonal thing. Like when you first get together,
There's that serotonin or
it's
whatever.
a caveman instinct to fuck.
Yeah.
And that's why everything's lovey-dovey for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And then after that, the fucking hormone's gone.
Yeah.
Like it's
and then the chick
and then it's
realizes
like, I'm
what
tired
a
of
piece
your,
of shit I really am.
I'm tired of your bullshit.
Like,
And-
oh, you're not really a rock star. And it's like, I've been saying that since day one. Oh, fuck you, I'm leaving, you lied. And I'm like, no, I didn't.
You don't even
You
know
just thought I was...
Fruitverse.
Yeah. No, seriously, that's happened. Like, seriously, like, chicks will be like, oh, AJ, you're such a wild man. Huh? And dude, you know me. You guys know me well enough to know. Like, I mean, I can have a good time or whatever, but I'm not a fucking jumping around punching myself in the head every day.
No.
You know what I mean? And I think that I do attract those chicks that see me perform, you know, and they think that I'm really this intense person, and I'm pretty, you know, extroverted in a way, you know, but that also becomes a problem because they just want to stay in bed and fuck all day, and I'm like, no, let's go to a party, like, let's go hang out with people, you know. That's another
could fuck
big
at
Those days
party.
are all right, though.
Dude, you're still like in that age though. You should be fucking at that party.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I should be, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been
You
so...
can do both.
Dude, I probably could, you know, and I would have no problem with, like a chick, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to a party, you know, and then, okay, cool, and if she catches a dude, whatever, you know, and I'll catch a chick, and that's whatever, like, but I can go home to somebody. That's kind of what I'm looking for at this point. A polygamist relationship is really kind of what I'm pushing towards now. Polygamy.
I'm sure that you could find someone on the internet.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not polygamy for the sense of like,
just
oh,
wanna-
maybe one day we could gangbang, because that just sounds like too much
Do you
work.
just want to fuck buddy? Is that what you're saying?
No, because I want someone that really cares about me. You know what I mean? And I care about them, but like, I'm not going to get, like, we got to be exclusive for a while, but then after a while, like, if you want to see someone else, like, if I'm not enough at a certain point, I'd rather you fuck other dudes and come home to me than leave me forever, is where I'm at.
See, I don't think that would work.
It might. I don't know. I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to try that
I
out.
think you'd be better off just sticking your dick in everything that moves.
Maybe. Well, probably. At this point, probably. But again, it goes back to that fucking, like, oh, I will be drunk. You know?
Yeah.
And the other chick will more than likely be drunk. And then the next day it's rape. Like, I'm so afraid of that shit.
Dude, you do not fucking worry about that shit.
But I don't want to be a rapist in a band that is known. You know what I mean? We're not known, but we're kind of known. Like, I don't want, oh, that band, he's a rapist. Like, their singer's a rapist. Like,
Yeah, but dude.
because I would never fucking do anything to a chick. As soon as she says, no, this is too much, I'm done.
I mean,
absolutely.
not to fucking be like. But I mean, there's groupies and shit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not.
That's true.
That's what
There's
you
chicks
got-
out there
that's
that
what
are like,
you
I want to
got.
fuck the dude in a band.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you got. That's what he's saying. Is I know
Dude, that's why I learned to play guitar.
Yeah.
Like, I was a fat kid,
that's
and I
the
couldn't
thing.
catch a football.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I was a fat kid who couldn't catch a football. That's not why I got into music, but I mean, there's no reason to reap the spoils.
Yeah,
I don't know. I kind of judge myself, dude, and I won't say it on the podcast, but I will tell you in person. You'd be surprised at the number of chicks that I've been with. It's a very low number.
you told me before.
Yeah. It's probably the same, maybe plus one. Probably not though. Depends on when I told you.
It's been a few years.
Oh, then maybe plus one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, like,
That's scary, isn't it? That's crazy. You know, I'm 24 years old. I should be a stud. I should be at the prime of my life, just putting my Peter and everything. You know,
I think that
and I got a good dick, dude. It's not the biggest in the world, but it's a very beautiful dick, and it's sweet, man.
Dude, it doesn't
it's sweet.
matter.
You get that coffee that's too strong. I dip my dick in it, and it's like, ooh, now my coffee's too sweet. It's a sweet dick, dude.
you got a pretty dick, is what you're
I got a very pretty dick. I really do.
Oh my god. And on that note, we're going to end on AJ's pretty dick.
I have a pretty dick, ladies.
Alright.
I'm gonna turn into a slut now.
Alright. We'll be back next week. And fuck Pantera, dude!
You mean the band
Pantera.
that sounds like Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew.
They sound like Mountain Dew. But Pantera is awesome.
Pantera.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm white.
Pantera. I mean, we kind of.
That's how we end the show. We go, fuck Pantera, bro!
Pantera!
Fuck
Pantera, dude. Make fun of him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
bye.
Mwah.
Love you.